story, but we have 10 players ready to go now for our group stage at the Riyadh Masters here at the Esports World Cup. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone, as we prepare to get underway for Aurora versus LGD Gaming. Winter, I bought you some time. You got some more time to think. It's not so scary. We're coming down from the fence now. What do you think? Are you preferring this team fight heavy lineup of Aurora? Do you believe they can execute, or is it too complex? Do you think LGD will be able to undermine the cooldowns and the timings?
I like the Beastmaster a lot. I think the Beastmaster is going to be a very key hero. I think whenever you look at Aurora's lineup or the games that they win, if Jabs has a very influential hero that can kind of do everything on his own, they tend to win those games, you know. And I feel like he could be on one of those games here. Like his only main problem is the Kotter with the vessel, you know, killing him. And I think if he can live past that phase pump till he gets BKB, I feel like the Beast can kind of do everything on his own with the Drums of Slum.
Okay, I buy that. We'll see how he gets going then. As at the ruins, we don't have much going on. There's our beautiful tiny set as well. Have you seen this new one in the collector's cache? A little turtle. So cute, huh?
Yeah,
so
did I ever tell you about my pet turtle?
No, you did not.
I went into my garden. I was helping my mom with her gardening. I dug up a part of the garden and then I found a turtle.
Interesting. Did you replant it and then water it?
Dude, no. I mean, I'm talking about the turtle. I found a turtle.
Yes,
what do you mean?
I know what a turtle is. It was simply a joke.
I
oh, you know what?
I left it outside. I built a fence for it, and I gave it water. But apparently, it doesn't really like playing around the water.
Well, was it a tortoise or was it a turtle? Did it have flippers?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, tortoise.
Yeah, well, tortoises can't swim. That's a very common misconception. So I'm glad you didn't throw it into the pool. Winter, one quick thing as well. We talked about, yes, the strength of the Coddle, and he is strong, but I think actually something I always forget to bring up, and I hope 23 remembers this, but if he takes 1 point in time dilation, I don't know, by level 8 or 9 or something, and if you can hit the Coddle with it, for whatever reason, Illuminate, if it's on cooldown, will always give Coddle 2 stacks of time dilation slow, which is pretty
because
brutal.
it's 2 spells, because you have the release button. That's why it counts.
Yeah, but it's not consistent. That's not how it works for many other spells that have like AA blast and stuff like that. Jabs up top
you remember
lane,
what you told me,
fine.
Richie?
Dota
rules
is a
and
game of rules,
you know?
but it's mostly a game of exceptions. You are completely right there. But I do hope that 23 realizes that and he does take that, because then
he's
think
max time dilation. I think most of the players do that nowadays. Instead of going for stats, it's just better to, I feel like, max the time dilation. Probably not over your other 2 spells, your time lock and time walk, but later down the road.
Right, I see what you mean. I just want to see a point in it relatively early. We'll see what he decides. Because like you say, Winter, you pointed to the Coddle as a big sign of victory here, which could potentially upset Jabs and tilt his game out of control. You know, maybe you can try and bring it back into focus, because I take a look at these supports, a Rubik and a Phoenix, and like, yeah, you know.
You have to look at Tiny when you're looking at this power supports. I think Tiny is gonna be a very, very powerful hero in the early stages, you know, especially with this crash landing, because you deal so much damage with it, and especially when you get levels on grow, because the way you play Tiny now is totally different from before, where you try to initiate with your toss. You're not really looking to land those stun toss combo as much, but you're trying to use your toss to slow heroes down and to help your team catch up, and here he is. He's gonna toss Ollie back in. I mean, the more levels you get on this thing, you get more range, and then you do so much damage. And then with your ultimate, you do even more damage on the area. It's crazy. People often underestimate the damage from the toss, you know, like the area that you get tossed to that area. I don't know if you watched their last game against G2IG, where they actually won like a couple of team fights off a tiny toss damage, you know. Opponents were like pushing their towers, and then they got surprised by the damage, you know.
Oh, crash landing is absolutely no joke, and to be honest, neither is this Liquid Frost. This one feels much better here on the Jakiro compared to the Liquid Fire.
Is it low-key OP right now, or is it straight up OP?
I think I don't know if it's OP. I can't really tell you the difference, to be honest with you. I just don't play at that level of Dota, but it does seem like the better one, and I'm seeing an overwhelming majority of players tend to prefer this one as well as support. I couldn't say about. I imagine actually on an offlane Jakiro, it might be busted. Did you imagine amping your spell damage on a Witchblade on Jakiro? That sounds dreadful.
Sounds like
Actually,
a mid-hero, you know?
Yeah, most of them go Maelstrom now, actually, but you get the idea. The right-clicker build on
Okay,
Jakiro,
so
it's a
they
real
go
thing.
Gleipnir, right? I guess. Maelstrom, Gleipnir.
Yeah, I think so, something like that.
We'll see. I mean, it's position 5, so probably not going to have the luxury of getting a Maelstrom early.
Yeah, no, I doubt it here. I doubt it here.
Yeah, the hero has been popping up in my games at least, you know, here and there. But I'm not really sure if it's like a very strong hero, so just have to see.
Quick pause now as the servers get settled in anticipation for the main event. We can quickly check in on how our lanes are doing. And Winter, it is a very strong start for New. Some of the highest base damage in the game, I believe, on Lycan, buffed even more by just the stats he's carrying. He has 10 denies in the face of 23 Savage. Jab's also not doing too poorly, 20 and 6. So he is keeping Shiro not too worse off, but a bit worse off.
Yeah, it's gonna get more annoying once you get arcane boots. Can keep spamming your axe onto the Ursa, and his lane partner is a Jakiro, right? So Jakiro doesn't really offer you sustain like a Witch Doctor heal or a Treant heal, something along those lines. So
Right.
I think at some point you're gonna just have to, I think, try to play for aggression. Because if you can't kill him in the lane, the beast is just going to throw axes at you, and you're gonna always have to ferry south. So it's going to be annoying.
True. Well, Shiro's just finished a salve now, so we'll see if they want to try and make a play. Q doing a good job at keeping Y pushed back and away from the lane. That is the thing, right? It's Ursa doesn't have really good HP regen. Jakiro has terrible mana regen, especially for how mana intensive his spells, but in the laning stage, his spell is being dual breath. So very limited resources here to fight with, and Aurora so far coming off a bit better. However,
yeah, they're trying to kill him already. They're bringing.
They'll make a rotation.
Ursa is saying, "I can't take this, guys. I need a hand. I need a crash landing."
Uh-oh. Well, here they go. Crash landing now onto Jabs, who does get the Hawk thrown out, but a nice controlled launch there as, okay, Jabs looking for a kill first. Jabs, he wants first blood. I don't think he's going to get it. A nice rotation from Ollie as it's Q who does secure first blood against Y. PYW strikes back onto Jabs as it's the supports who will be the last standing on the side of Aurora. Shiro killed by the right clicks. That's a TP incoming, which is not going to save the life of PYW, but it is going to be enough to change the fate of this fight as even Echoes TPs on in. Does he have the damage for Q? Ooh. Not nearly. He TPs away. Oh, is that huge. 6 heroes up top?
That is huge, you know, getting the Koto TP, and now the Ember is going to have like a huge advantage if he can secure the 6-minute rune. He's going to know that the Koto can not respond to his rotation, and I think bot lane is going to be the one lane that you want to try to snatch a kill on, you know, New on the Lycan.
You could see there, by the way, the impact of crash landing. I mean, holy moly, it slowed him to a crawl, and the zero armor here, he just gets chewed up by the creeps. Speaking of getting chewed up, 23 Savage just gets chewed up down bottom. Echoes, he rotates all the way through the gate and finds a big kill onto the Faceless Void.
That was a very, very surprising move that actually kind of worked out, because they know that he has no TP, but I think 23 just forgot he can just gate, you know. So he was playing a little bit too far forward there, got caught. Level 1 time walk, so no way he escapes.
A brutal death there, but here goes Lornoff now. He will rotate top, and the Hawks giving enough lockdown here for the kill easily. Pardon me, to go into the hand of the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, both mid laners just making their presence felt in the game, and now 7-minute Wisdom Runes, so it should be 1 apiece. Nothing fancy gonna happen here.
Okay, but something needs to be done about this Lycan. I mean, you talked about the Beastmaster potentially breaking wide open this game. New has 20 denies at this point in time. They've gotten a kill onto 23 Savage. Are you afraid of a Lycan potentially running over this game the same way you were afraid of the Beastmaster running over the game?
Yeah, I guess because your lineup is a little on the slower side, you know, for Aurora. So you have to try to keep the wolf in the cage somehow.
keep him in the
be it
kennel.
be it like the Chronosphere, be it the Primal Raw. You have to
Right.
find a way to respond to him. Like he's gonna come online fairly quickly. He has his helm soon, 200 gold, and once you have that, your tier 1 tower is gonna be in jeopardy.
Yeah, I don't know how you take it down either. I mean, I guess you commit a chrono in your team fight to kill him and boot him from the lane, but he'll be right
Yeah,
back.
You need
Mm.
2 big spells to kill him.
Exactly. That'll be a bit of a trouble point here, a pain point for Aurora. We'll see how they look to respond as New off to a pretty good start. Lauren off
rune.
2 power runes out of 2 for him. This one's just the regen.
Yeah, he's gonna have to look at how he can actually respond to the Lycan. I think he either has to wait for the Kotal to make a move, or he has to be ready to commit on a move on his own right now. Kotal is just happily just blasting away creeps. You know, he has his vessel, right? Yeah, vessel's done.
Yeah, vessel's done. So
that's going to be a big threat on the map.
yeah, especially if they can try and rotate
he
into the
goes
triangle.
Richie. He's steeping now.
Okay, he's going to go bottom. I was afraid that they were going to find jabs when he was farming his stacks. So there's big stacks that are about to be cleared, which it's not going to be the full ags, but it's going to be a serious acceleration for his jabs ags. That's a good ward out from Ollie. I believe they saw Echoes with that.
Yep. Echoes movement is going to be scouted, so they're going to try to play a little bit more defensive here.
It may catch Ollie here. PYW from behind. Ooh, a little ring around the rosy tree action as the Wolves looking for the Phoenix. Echoes going in deep now as he does find his man. There's going to be tons of damage from the toss. Actually, Ollie managing to evade for now, but into the path of the Stampede. Chronosphere doesn't save his life, but it does catch the Coddle as well as the Tiny Echoes. Pops the magic wand, but is not going to be able to live against 3 heroes. New with the Shapeshift active now, making a run for it. He's going to be safe and sound, but can do nothing to help his fallen comrade. That is a big kill onto the Coddle, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very big kill. You defend the tower, you kind of wasted their shapeshift plus the spirit form, so that's a very, very big deal, you know, for LGD. So Aurora kind of stifled them in their steps, and now more time for Captain Jabs, you know, to finish his Aghanim's, which is going to come into play fairly, fairly soon. Still halfway there.
Is that what we were calling? I thought we had given him a different name. Was it Captain?
Was it Captain Jabs? So we have Lord Gabby, we have Captain Jabs.
Lord Gabby. It was Lord Gabby for sure. It was Emperor Emo.
Coming up with some more nicknames, you don't have to write it down my notepad at some point, you know.
Yeah. It's the lore notebook. It's very important. So 23 eager to still try and defend here, but the Wild Ring Ripper Helm of the Dom Creep is active. Again, New without the shapeshift. He's got brown boots, so he's not completely, you know, moving at a glacial pace, but he's not the fastest hero either. But Ollie with his Supernova by himself might be enough to turn a fight down here. So LGD is still playing things a bit cautiously. They may have just found their man, though. Rubik, the tossback is successful, but he's got raindrops. Very tanky. Turns with a stolen avalanche. Now all of a sudden it's New falling a bit low as Aurora aggressive Icarus dive in. 23's got that point in time dilation. New is going absolutely nowhere as Lornoff will TP down bottom for a 2-kill-for-none situation. This is a very good response from Aurora and a bit of over-aggression from LGD, if I can call it that.
Yeah, but at the same time, why you have to ask yourself, why are you making that play? You know, Lycan didn't have shapeshift. Kotal is not coming over. He has no TP. So what are they actually trying to achieve there? You know, 2 of your strongest heroes don't have their spells ready. So what were they trying to do?
All right, and he didn't even force Ollie to Supernova. I think that would have had a very
close,
different
yeah.
outcome. No, I mean, he stopped his Icarus dive so aggressively. He was getting ready to right-click them and hit it with the Burning Light facet. All this time, Captain Jabs, he's getting closer and closer now. That Blade of Alacrity, the last component of the Ag Scepter he needs, and this is another big stack that he's made for himself. Look at that.
Yeah, he should have it.
What is this Rubik damage coming from?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's pretty crazy. Lots of stacks early. And yeah, that definitely looks like a completed Ag Scepter here. So LGD unable to find and make a foothold for themselves down bottom, unable to contest the stacks or the farming of Captain Jabs, who is about to start beating the drums of war, the drums of Slum.
Lauren has gotten another rune, Richie, so he's the rune lord in this game.
Haste rune here. So
Yeah.
what did he have?
Another
He had
TP
a
to bot.
regen.
Under attack.
Yeah, they're going to look to defend. New, he goes knocking on the tower door, and Lornoff will respond. Haste Rune active here for Lornoff as he's easily able to sidestep basically that macro fire, just running down his man. He's got nothing to be afraid of as well with the Mage Slayer, as you say, Ali. He's already used Icarus Dive here. Supernova is going to be committed earlier. 20 Savage able to protect it perfectly. New goes down to Lornoff. A double kill for him as PYW stunned up by the Supernova. Echoes, all he can do is from a range offer a little bit of a blinding light here and illuminate there, but now he's got a bolt as it's a 3 for none. That was a lot of the teamfight ults. He's out from Aurora Winter, but so far, so good for Aurora in game 1.
That is what I call a universe chrono, if you ever seen one. Two heroes
I've seen them.
on the edges of the bubble. Just utilizing
Take a
every
look
single
at
bit of AoE. Yeah, you can see it's a nice chrono. Here again, another TP reaction or rotation by Lorenov. It's the third time he's TP towards the bot lane to deal with the Lycan.
That was indeed a universe chrono. That's very apt callback there, Winter. Throwing it way back.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you know, we only call like 3 heroes inside a bubble a universe chrono. You know? Anything less than that, it's not considered a universe chrono.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I guess. Then it's a Lotus Sphere, right?
Well, it's okay. You mean sure? You know, if you want to go there.
By the way,
what do you call a chronosphere with 2 of your teammates inside it?
Ooh, I call that a one-way ticket to low prio. I think. I don't know what else. I don't know what else you call it.
Slash's way.
Slasher's way, yeah, true. That's only if you have the mech and healing selves. Slasher out here carrying the trusty shovel 30 minutes into the game, digging up those selves.
You know, imagine if actually there's a second facet for Faceless Void that enhances healing. Then you can maybe do that.
No, just play Naga, right?
That wouldn't be fun. Naga, you're just like running in, you cast your song, everybody's asleep, and then you heal our teammates. But Faceless Void, if you can do that, if you can heal your teammates with all these spells and mech, you have a reason to put your teammates in the bubble, you know?
Maybe
Before,
that's what
everyone
they need
will
to do
be
to buff time zone.
Before, everybody would just be yelling at you if you're putting your teammate in the chrono, and now you're like, no, relax, I'm healing you.
I'm healing you. Yeah, don't worry. Relax. Take your hands off your keyboard for 5.5 seconds. I'm giving you a little bit of healing. 4.75, sorry.
Yeah, imagine if that actually happens, you know, everybody's just gonna be trying to chrono his own teammate.
I don't think so. That'd be pretty. Oh goodness gracious! Another quick pause here. Let's take a quick look at the game now, as we do hit our second lag pause now. Aurora, they're leading 10-4, up 5K. But really, I think Winter, the biggest deal for me is that you've got some pretty early game heroes on the side of LGD, specifically this Coddle, this Tiny, and this Lycan, who have been countered at nearly every step they've tried to take versus Aurora.
That's because Mr. Amber Spirit has picked up all the runes. That is why runes matter, my friends. And not to mention that one move where PYW and Neo decided to attack the enemy in their home without bringing any of their weapons, you know. They just left it at home.
Right. Yeah, didn't work out very well for them.
They went to the enemy base without bringing their weapons, you know, so they died.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, they didn't have any ultis, they didn't have any reinforcements. I completely see what you mean. Yeah, didn't go very well there for them. But, I mean, okay, sure, granted that hasn't gone well, but I'll tell you what has gone well, and that is Shiro's farm. He's farming away, but just mere steps away, PYW, he's hearing the beat of the drum. And that is out for Jabs.
Jabs is going to rush his BKB, so he knows that that's his only problem in this game. He's going to die to the Vessel and the Solar Bind, so he's not even going to get Blink first. He's going to go into the BKB.
I like it. He's going to be able to ignore that Will-O-Wisp as well, which is quickly being purchased here. Lornoff, he's had his TP cancelled. That may finally give the go-ahead for New to find himself that tower down bottom, but it may cost Y his life. As Lornoff finds his man, has got so much damage here. My goodness, that Ember Spirit melting the Jakiro. And that is going to be the Tier 1 tower gone. Meanwhile, the bot tower finally dies as New sets the Dark Troll Summoner and all the skeletons upon it. So, Little bit of space created at the very least there, canceling that Ember CP. Well done.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, LGD has to kind of just I think chill at this point. You've already missed your timings on your Lycan, so you have to wait for another zoo animal, the Ursa, the bear, to come online, which is going to take quite a while. I mean, he has his dagger with Battle Fury, but
Yeah?
the problem is he doesn't have a Roshan to kill.
No, that Aegis is still an Ember Spirit for another minute and 45 seconds. It does look like, though, Winter LGD are looking for a fight. I think they might, well, they will find themselves outgunned based off of just spells alone.
Yeah,
Taking a
and
look
just
at the
based on-
ultimates ready from Aurora.
Based on items as well, they're behind.
Yeah.
I feel like Ursa is not really that useful in the team fights without BKB. I mean, you're gonna need BKB and you're gonna need Aghanims, I feel like, at some point against the Chronosphere.
Dire's middle tower.
I mean, if you don't have those
Definitely.
items, you're just gonna show up to the party and just get taken out, you know.
Well, Echoes, I mean, he's done a good job farming here as well as he nears completion of his own Ag Scepter, but all he's really been able to do is clear out creep waves that have pushed as Aurora take down tower after tower now, with the mid-tier one also dropping. As we can see here, it is a fast Blink Dagger for Shiro, but he's going to be basically using it to go camp to camp for the next little bit of time. And as you said, Winter, about these timings, well, Jab's about to hit a pretty decent timing of his own, as this wave is going to give him the money he needs for the BKB. It's already coming his way.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And once you have BKB, you're gonna be invincible in the team fights. I feel like he's not gonna be dying. And if Beastmaster's in front drumming and you can't kill him, you're gonna have a lot of problems, you know. And I feel like the only person that can kill him right now is Ursa. If Ursa's not
Agreed.
standing next to him and getting the furry swipes stacks on him, you're practically not killing the beast at the moment.
But Ursa's got a couple things to be careful for as well, right? I mean, you look at the team fight, you look at, I mean, of course, the Faceless Void Chrono is going to be a problem until Ags. You've got Supernova, which may be kind of directing your attention. There are problems here, right, for the Ursa Warrior. He's still but a mere cub. He needs to get a little bit stronger here before he really becomes the be-all, end-all that LGD need him to be. Because one small thing to note, it's never really, I think, going to be too make or break in a fight. But while you do hit ward units such as Tombstone, Plague Wards, Supernova, of course, in this game, you do not cleave off of them. So this Battle Fury is effectively giving him nothing when he's auto-attacking the egg. Small little interaction there. I have to say, though, Winter, I've been impressed with the way that Aurora have handled this last pick Lycan. They didn't let it panic them at all. Lycan barely has his tier 1 tower, and he's not able to play too aggressively. Maybe that's changes now, though, because he does have his upgraded zoo animal with the Sound of the Overlord finished. It seems like Aurora have been, you know, they've stayed on top of things. As the first Aegis is reclaimed, it's a small net worth lead here for Aurora, but most notably, I think you take a look at what the map control has looked like for them, and they have moved fairly comfortably within maybe 60% of the map, while LGD have been left to the rest. You're able to split push a bit more aggressively now here down bottom, sending the Wolves out to go scouting. Lorinov should know that he is still being tracked as he does get off the, oh my goodness, the Sleight of Fist. What a way to get out of that one there. I was going to say he probably, well, I know because I clicked on the creeps, he probably saw the Ancient Granite Aura on the enemy creep wave and knew that there was, of course, probably a Beastmaster giving him the heebie-jeebies there.
Radiant are scanning.
Not to mention this Ags rush that we see on the Jakiro, so that he's going to be joining with the Ags timing of the Coddle, which you will have that soon. But PYW a swing and a miss there on his Blink Dagger, unfortunately, for the Ember Spirit. As Aurora start to farm a little bit more aggressively now. They've got all the ultis. They have a lot of the advantages here quite naturally, so long as they play together and nearby. 23's only dropped 2 Chronos so far this game as he's got his full Mjolnir. he seeks to finish off his BKB next.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Going off, hunting here for a nice bounty. Oh, that is. Did he dominate another one? I didn't see the gold. No, he definitely killed that thing. New did not manage to dom a new creep in time. So a nice bounty here for Lornoff. As the rest of Aurora go back and do the Tormentor. Ooh, hopefully do the Tormentor. Yeah, they've got it. Not even close. That is going to be now an additional save here for Q. Oh, Dyer did the Tormentor as well, so Wise got his. Very good to know. So that's going to give them now the percentage-based damage. So they did kind of change the way that this one worked on Jakiro. So this is where this ability does get incredibly strong, especially because he actually found a Grove Bow as well for Y, which is very nice to have on the Jakiro. That bonus attack range and, of course, the damage amplification. Jabs. Aggressive blink down bottom now. He sees New. He's got to be mindful, though, of that shapeshift as the TP is incoming now from the Rubik. They're going to need a little bit more control, but they've got him here. No Rubik necessary, just with the Searing Chains. Lornoff able to reach. Exceptor 500 gold away here for the Jakiro. But you do have a Will-O-Wisp that you will be fighting into. BKB charge ready to go for at least the Beastmaster, as 23 Savage is also joining this fight now. It's a long TP for him, but he does have Chronosphere ready to go. 16 seconds until Neo respawns, and they're able to contest for a full 5-on-5 for second Roshan. It's clear as day now that Rosh is being taken with that Roar of Retribution, but LGD, they just cannot muster the strength. They don't have the heroes they need to be able to contest, and so second Rosh goes the way to Aurora. Bit more lag here, as it is Wednesday, so the server is getting used to this June 39th update. Take a look at how the teams are doing here in on the playing area. Luckily, they've all been very short pauses here, just a couple of ping spikes, it would appear. But now it is Aurora with this crucial second Aegis. This time it's going to go on to 23 Savage, so we should expect him to join a few more fights, especially as he does now find the money for the BKB on that creep wave. BKB, Mjolnir, Aegis, pardon me, and next into the Eye of Scotty for 23 Savage for that move and attack speed slow. It's going to be really strong against the Coddle, who is also farming up his BKB, but is still about 1,500 gold away at this point. 2,500 even. He's not really even close at all. Winter spoke of Wolf Bite earlier, and well, that Ag's upgrade in progress as well for Lycan, but again, he's still quite far away from it as well. Just over halfway completed as there goes Jabs. He's already on Echoes. BKB preemptively used. Doesn't want to be stopped even for a second by that Avalanche as the stolen Illuminate charging on through. Lornoff on a monster kill streak now here on the Ember Spirit. 8-0 and 4. He's been having quite the game here. LGD, they have not been able to step to this Ember Spirit, as Aurora with a big pick off now. Look for a tier 2 tower, the first one of the game up top. Shiro will push his creeps at least down bottom to equalize here as far as pressure goes, but it is very much Aurora who are moving where they please and are dictating fights at this point. 15-4. I don't think really tells the full story here about the missed rotations, even early on from the Coddle, rotating through the twin gate, TPing top to try and find the kill, missing out, salvaging it by going through the gates, finding a kill down bottom, but ever since then, Aurora, they have been very calculated with their usage of the ultis. They probably recognize how big of a resource it is and how easily LGD can fight around a lack of those ultis. So Aurora have been very patient with them now. We did see that first upgraded Macropyre up top by Y, who's continuing to cut waves here. Just trying to burn time off of this Aegis. Of got a lovely little overlay. It calls it an Aegis power play, to borrow another ice hockey term, something like a penalty kill at this stage for LGD, which is going to be a lot of, you know, just shoving, shoving waves and dodging fights. Not really sure if they ever really dodge fights in the NHL, but or any other hockey league for that matter. But here in Dota 2, that is going to be the strat. But eventually, Aurora able to babysit and escort a wave to the Tier 2 tower. They will get what they came for here, and there's no fortify anymore.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As far as other support items that Aurora are holding, I'd like to highlight these a bit as well. I see a Solar Crest now for the Phoenix, Rubik with a Glimmer Cape, and of course his Ag Shard. And a little bit more cast range thanks to Eye of the Vizier, can really be basically a little mobile force staff for his teammates. But it will be a second Tier 2 tower, this one in the middle lane. LGD, they should get this bottom Tier 2. As PYW, hoping that someone TPs down here, will be left empty-handed, so he'll just go ahead and join in. But it's trouble onto the high ground as they've caught the Jakiro. They've killed the Jakiro. That is a godlike streak now for Lorinoff. 9-0 and 4 on the Ember Spirit. Full Gleipnir on display.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Savage
Top tower is falling.
up onto the high ground here with the rest of Aurora, taking down the buildings.
Dire's top tower is falling. Dire's top barracks is falling. Radiant's bottom tower is under
And that is just a top lane of barracks, pardon me, taken down without anything of a defense mustered. From LGD, they have just been getting dominated ever since the first Chrono dropped down bottom. Here is potentially their chance to take a turn, as they are just 25 seconds from this Aegis being reclaimed now. Out from 23, Savage. Smoke will break, and they won't find Lorinoff yet again. He gets the remnant away in time from PYW. Another fight breaking out, but it's just Lorinoff again, getting the better of LGD. In fact, he's going to look and turn, catches two onto the Gleipnir. Ollie thinking about here, but a potential supernova as the damage onto the Tiny's overwhelming. A self-Yule Scepter buys them a bit of time, but not enough, as that's certainly a Universe Chrono. Catches three. They're going to look for new first. He activates the Shapeshift, but lifted back into the arms of the Ember Spirit for a triple kill in this fight. Lorinoff absolutely styling on LGD Gaming here. Aurora looking hot in game one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Shiro will jump in, but 23 has got him covered here, and that's a stolen Ice Path now for Shiro, only up to level 1. Big Macropire will burn down these heroes with the Ag Scepter upgrade, but everyone's still alive, including 23, who gets another time walk away. Shiro's dead for 70 seconds. Jakiro down for 40. PYW, he's not going to be able to get back onto the high ground either, as again, the stolen Ice Path is catching them, and that is going to be the GG dropped. LGD Gaming. They didn't get a foothold in this game whatsoever. Aurora absolutely dominate here. I think when it comes down to it, if it works, it works. But here, the last pick, Bloodseeker, it's worked both times. Aurora have gone for it. Actually, no, only one. So 50% win rate, pardon me. Misread my my own statistic
50%
there.
is still pretty good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. They've previously
You know,
picked it in.
there is a 50% chance of me winning my party games with you. You know, that's pretty good.
That's not bad. It's a coin flip. It's never that high, really, though, is it?
It is. Have you not checked? You check on all the stats, but you never check on our win rate together.
I never check our stats, yeah. Whoops, I've been outed. Okay. I mean, sure, you've got a Bloodseeker. This is looking this is looking good, right, for the Bloodseeker, let's be honest. But you're also still playing a Darkseer Marcy lane into Troll
The battle
and
begins.
Darkseer.
Troll.
Like that, Troll Oracle, like that seems...
Troll Oracle,
This-
that's a lane you're gonna lose that lane. Mid lane's gonna be a wash, and you're gonna probably win the safe lane. So I would say our lanes, Aurora should be fine, 50-50. If everything goes according to plan. If, you know, barring any mishaps happening, you know, some accidents, some weird interaction happening in the lane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I
so
guess
our
then...
friend PYW has started with boots to deal with the ogre. Run away from him.
Yeah. Pretty effective, to be honest. There's going to be
Yeah.
our first crash
Oh.
landing into the double shield crash. Love to see it. But now Neo is going to eat this
Ogre.
rupture.
Does not care if you toss me. How does a tiny toss someone so big? Yeah, I don't understand.
He's strong, man. Well,
I
check
mean,
out these
level
body
6,
blocks,
sure,
Ollie.
you know,
Doing his best there, but ultimately versus without boots. Ooh, he's not going to be too effective. Does get a courier. That's not half bad. Blocks the hard camp. Okay. He's going to try his best. So if you block the creeps enough, PYW is going to have to really like linger a while. Oh, and he messed up. No, he's done it perfectly here.
yeah. Professionals, you know. It might look easy, but it is hard, you know. You know how many times I've missed this pull because the enemy 5 is doing some weird thing on me and then I mistime it. I'm like, oh no, and then my off laner is like bing, 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 you know. I'm like, oh no, sorry, bro.
Yeah, no, I get it. I've been there. We've been there. The early boots helping PYW also get out of that blood right. Said a rupture earlier. It's a blood right. Not yet a rupture.
Rupture? Hello?
Not yet. Not
Level 2 Bloodseeker
level
Rupture?
2 rupture. Yeah, it's from all the turbo mode I've been playing. You know.
Is under attack.
I see, you know. First it was the, what was it? The
I don't want
Lotus
to talk
timing, you
about it.
messed
I
up
know
the
exactly what you're
the
talking. I don't want to talk about that. We're not talking about that. That was embarrassing. That one was really bad.
If you want to embarrass me, I don't get to say don't talk about that. But when I want to do the same, you're like, no, you
Oh,
decide.
it's a bit.
That's
It's a bit, Winter. My goodness, what are we married?
So how about the other lanes? Is the SF Zeus going according to plan? Oh, actually
Yeah.
no. Wait, how is the Zeus so far ahead?
Well, isn't this what you expected with the Zeus?
Huh?
The Zeus getting the
No,
counter pick here.
Kind of felt like it was gonna be like even.
Really? I thought this. I thought
mean, there's a
Warnoff would
wave.
have just
Okay, I
overall
guess
an
he's
easier
like-
time.
I guess he has like only 3 CS ahead. He had a wave on the tower just now, so I thought it was a big difference. But 4 denies, you know, on Zeus.
Yeah. It's a good start, I think, in my view. PYW up top. This time he will get tagged by the stun. They did throw the blood grenade, but it's actually Ollie who might need to be kind of running away from this fight. There's going to be the toss back. Lotus. Second one is going to be fed over to PYW as Ollie continues to chase. Finds the second stun. 23 Savage. 23 Savage is pretty speedy, and he has the reach for the kill. New not fast enough to chase down Ollie. And it is first blood. Very good omen, I would assume, for a Bloodseeker, don't you think?
Yeah. His CS is not that impressive because the lane is kind of contested. 4 melee heroes in one lane, you know. It's going to make it
Yeah.
hard to last hit.
That's true. That's true.
But when Zeus is level 6, Bloodseeker is going to start to have even more fun, you know.
I can't wait to see this arterial spray. Have you ran into that one in your pubs, where every time you right-click a ruptured hero, they move back a little bit? That was pretty
Does
funny.
this get amplified by Spirit Breaker if you take the push talent?
Well,
Have you ever tried
it should. I've never tested that, to be honest, but it should work. Right. My
Mini combo, you know. And then you pick a Magnus to counter it because you can't move and you can't move a Magnus.
right. He's got that solid core. He's not moving anywhere. There it is. Now we're cooking. We are absolutely cooking. Okay, but how's down bottom doing? Right, because this is the lane that we said, oh, this is going to be impossible for Jabs. How have they managed here so far? 19-2 to the 25-3. So a little
He's
bit
doing a
more.
good job.
Yeah. I think it's got a lot to do with this as well. Q just able to kind of skip waves, and well, why can't do a whole lot about it?
Yeah, because you're Oracle. Nothing you can do when the enemy force is dragging the wave like this. Then you can kind of push off the Iron Shell, I guess.
Yeah, it's something, but then you got to be careful, right? Because then if you purge the Ion Shell, they might try and jump you, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Things can get a little bit
I
messy.
die. My carry dies so many times when I'm casually trying to spam a spell.
Mhm.
I've had a couple of those fair share of instances, you know, where I do something like that and my carry dies. So nighttime kicking in is our Zeus level 6 yet. One half a wave more.
Ollie, top lane. That's a nice toss onto 2. 23. Needs to get a little bit of CS coming his way. Oh, he's so fast, though. He might just be able to run away from these guys. No way. New? Doesn't have any mana. PYW
No
doesn't
boots.
have any mana either.
He has
He's
no
just-
boots.
He's just
on
out
that
of there.
angle.
PYW
Yeah,
trying
but
to cut him
can't-
off.
He can't farm the lane. That's actually a disaster. I mean, he has a salve being sent in. It's just level 6 now. So look at the side lanes.
Maybe the mid lane,
No.
Q. He will rotate mid. Instant D ward there. Never feels too great, but why? I mean,
He needs
Q
a
rather.
rebound target. Rebound.
No, I think he's okay. Echoes doesn't have vision. Ooh, but is going to threaten the Requiem here right at level 6 in order to secure his first Invis rune.
Ooh, this is one of the better runs for SF. You can easily use this to gank on another lane with Requiem.
Tower is under attack.
Pretty
I think
even
this is-
mid lane.
This is probably like one of the better heroes to get an Invis rune on this early.
Top lane. They're going again for 23. That's a big old crash landing. 23 is going to get a little bit of lifesteal from the range creep. Is that enough as Q jumps in? Reinforcements now as the Troll and the Marcy fighting into the Pangolier, who is so tanky here. Has another shield crash ready to go, so they have to disengage. But in comes Echo, sneaking in with the Invis rune. Looking for the big ultimates. 23
Oh, Y is
behind
here
the
with the
tower.
Gigit.
Y sees him. He just needs a vision for the Purifying Flames, but he can't quite catch up to 23. In the meantime, the toss throws Echoes underneath the tier 1 tower, where he's going to be stunned up now by Q. There's going to be the Zeus ulti onto 2. Q with a big heal is not able to kill anyone, however, as 23 still running around in this fight. Lorinoff, he's TP'd in here, but it's New who can't quite catch him. Heavenly leap up to the high ground there and out of the way of that Pango Rolling
That
Thunder.
was
But we're not done fighting here. 23 still trying to fight through this one. That's certainly going to kill him off this time. He was running around far too much in that fight. Finally punished by LGD.
Yeah, that was such a good play by LGD, bringing so many heroes to SF and Y on the Oracle through the Twin Gate, just punishing 23 Savage. You know, he was low on HP. He didn't have another salve, you know. Couldn't get himself back into fighting shape and just paid a huge price there. Very big kill for LGD. And that also gave the Pango his level 6. So that was definitely a big deal.
Back down bottom. They're going to try and jump Shiro. Shiro's got his ultimate, though. Just needs to make sure... Oh, okay. Doesn't use it. He would have gotten caught by his illusion, which is always very troublesome. So he is actually going to end up dropping. A little quick kill there between the Darkseer and the Marcy now that the Oracle's gone. Double shield crash is so good. The toss now, throwing Y into battle as Ali. He will die. No, actually still alive, but for now, the heals not enough from the level 2 Purifying Flame. It's just one last final one from Y. Will cut him off.
Dire's top tower
I mean,
is
things
under
are definitely
attack.
looking really good right now for LGD, apart from the troll that just died. But everything else just looking really solid for them. They've been able to put a lot of pressure with this Pango onto the Bloodseeker's lane. I mean, 23 is not even level 6 yet. He's just running around.
No.
He has
He's
nowhere to
having an
go.
awful time. And he's going to get caught now by
Dire's top tower is
PYW.
under attack.
Doesn't have a toss target here yet, but New quickly closing the gap.
no
Toss
range.
Not in time.
I think he didn't have the range, maybe. I'm not sure. But
Dire's
yeah.
top tower
Here comes
is under
Oli
attack.
coming in. He might actually
His courier has been
die here.
He's
so.
just dead. He's level 4. He's not doing anything but dying here. Look how much damage. Oh, he's baited, maybe. They're going to give it a go. Ollie still
no
dies.
rupture. How
They
is
don't
this a
have
bait when
rupture.
there's no
But
rupture?
what do you do? 23 is like, guys, I'm not sure what to do. All of a sudden, that goes, swipes him away with that second Shadow Raise. I mean, this is a disaster of a game right now for Aurora. This is even worse than Game 1 was for
Dire's
LGD.
top tower has fallen.
Yeah, this is looking really, really bad right now for them. You know, they have to somehow figure out how to try to play around the Darks
They
here.
look for more. Lorinoff gets the jump away. The toss then is going to put New right on top of Lorinoff. A long duration route onto 2 with the blood grenade on top. His Q might have just sacrificed himself, but here comes in Captain Chavs with some good echo wall or back wall combos, not enough to really turn things here. The Zeus ulti now gives them the confidence to chase down Echoes. He finally pops. That is a big kill here, and now we finally have ourselves the first rupture of the game. The stuns in time. PYW unable to TP away as Lornoff tipping his hat there to Captain Jabs, who may have just saved this game from disaster with that rotation.
Yeah, definitely Captain Jabs giving his team some breathing space, you know, getting those kills and making the all-important rotation there with the mech. I think the Zeus probably dies, you know, if he didn't TP in. So if the Zeus dies, then there's no way they took that fight anymore. But still, they need to keep the ball going. Like, Birdseeker needs more space, you know, he's still far behind, you know, he's still poorer than the Pangolier, and he needs some time before he can be ready to fight again. I mean, you see the power of their team fight if they can actually get the vacuum with the wall, the Zeus out, and finally the rupture, you know, to stop the Pangolier.
Q. Lane just up to level 6 at least. But as you say, it's that rupture now that can maybe slow New's roll a bit here, right? Because they were, pardon me, they were starting to kind of run away with things. Still should be said that, I mean, Shiro is continuing to have an excellent game overall. He did take that one death, so not completely flawless for him, but he's going to get his Battle Fury online, and he will be off to the races as our Kobold, which was bigger than Tiny there for a mere moment, it's finally going to get outgrown. PYW just now hitting level 6. Already halfway towards his Blink Dagger. I think we were like 22 minutes in by the time he got his Blink Dagger last game. It was not a fun game to be PYW, but this time having a much better timing.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention the last game he had 1.3 grab for the lane, you know, so when you go for that build and you don't do well on the lane, it's going to slow you down a lot. This time he doesn't have the 3 grab, so just maxing his avalanche and toss. And now we're going to look for an opening. With the Yules on SF, Echoes is looking to set up a solo kill here, maybe.
Yeah, let's see what they can find. Blind maybe trying to bait Aurora. They've got 2 heroes here, though, and Q has Unleash. Now that single point in Fate's, sorry, in Fortune's End is basically, no, it is Fate's Edict, pardon. It's basically a little nullify, well, not a nullifier. It's good. It's good against Marcy. Couldn't come up with a pun there. As 23 is going to be able to evade death here. That was a TP, by the way, right where this SF is standing.
Such a good read, yeah. Like he somehow knew that they were about to arrive, and he showed himself in the lane. Like maybe he intentionally tried to give his opponent some hope, you know, or maybe we can catch up on this guy, you know. Otherwise, people would just, you know, go the other way and not waste time.
Right. Yeah. Again, he TP'd from basically the tier 1 to the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, sometimes all these smaller things just end up, you know, helping your team a lot. You know, you're wasting opponent's smoke timing, and then they end up, you know, not losing. They end up losing a lot of ground on the map. And these are the type of things that actually help you win games at this level.
And then Jabs, all of a sudden, he shows up to the next fight with a full Guardian Greaves, pardon me, right?
He has it, right? Oh, yeah, soon.
He has it. He's got it soon. He's still a little bit away, but he has it soon. But that's kind of the point I'm making here, right? A couple more items start coming online, all of a sudden, you just kind of start seeing yourself a little bit back into this game. We should be clear, though, for now, LGD, they have, you know, relented on the pressure, but especially with this SF going for presumably the magic build, I see with the Yules and the Blink Dagger, this game still very much, you know, can continue to accelerate towards them should they continue finding the fights.
Yeah, quite surprised that they're actually not going for a quick mech on Pango. He went for a Vessel, and then he's going to go for, I guess, Pipe or Dagger next. Pipe is nice against the Zeus, but because the Oracle has to buy the mech, so they're not going to get a mech in like a really, really early timing.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you know, like you said, I agree with you, by the way. I think they should go for this mech, combine it with this Oracle's mass healing, and make it even stronger, right? I think that's always something you want to be doing. You want to kind of snowball a little bit more to your strengths in Dota.
It's really about, like, I mean, I know the Oracle's buying it, but it's really about how early you can get it on a core hero, and then you can abuse it as much. But, I mean, I guess they feel like maybe it's important for them to get the Vessel to kind of counter the Berserker's healing a little bit, and the Marcy, you know, so maybe they feel like there's some value in that. And now as the game is progressing, I mean, it still looks good for LGD. Tro is fat, SF is fat. Pango's kind of doing okay, you know, after the last fight. He's still doing okay.
It's true. Aurora having stabilized the game with the one Jabs rotation. Well, this time they're going to need to rotate to Captain Jabs, who's the target of a smoke now. As there's the blink in from PYW straight into the Requiem of Souls. Perfection. Served on a platter right there. Y yoinks the kill, as Oracles tend to do with the Purifying Flames.
Yeah.
But it's LGD with a perfect pickoff.
That was when you cut open your steak and you ordered medium rare and you see the pink, the right color. That was that, yeah.
That was nice. That was really good.
Very
That
nice.
couldn't have gone much better at all.
Yeah, no. He's gonna
So maybe
be,
the Oracle not stealing the kill.
yeah, he's gonna need some time to farm his pipe, you know. He needs the pipe to deal with this SF.
Yeah, and this Tiny, honestly, just the burst magic.
Yeah,
And this Oracle.
the crash landing damage is actually insane. Like, sometimes you don't notice it, you know. You just like feel like, why am I dying? And top lane, here we go. Shiro is running in.
Shiro, he just wants to fight. He just wants to fight. He's going for Ags, by the way, 23. He's going to hit him with a silence here, ruptured up. They trigger the ulti early. Q jumps in, but he jumps in just to
Oracle's
die by
here.
himself. Oracle is not here. As Jabs, now he's looking for Shiro. Jabs, though, doesn't have the cast range for the vacuum. Echoes and Jabs just simply ignoring each other, as now it's New, who finds himself slightly overextended. But with Shiro now back to full HP,
Holy
Aurora
crap.
unwilling to take a fight here.
The balls on Shiro, man. Just the Oracle was like still in mid, and he's TPing in. There's like a couple of heroes TPing in front, so the TP was long. And the throw was like, I'm in, guys. I'm body initiating. I'm tanking for you guys.
He just went in. I mean, that's what the ulti's for, right?
Sometimes you just need your carry players to do that for you.
Be a little bit of
Feels good.
insane mode.
Yeah, it feels good, you know, when he just runs in, just disregarding. Normally you would say it's a bad idea for a carry to disregard his own safety. But in that scenario, it worked out perfectly for LGD.
Yeah, I mean, maybe things look a little bit different like if the Yachka and Kaya's finish or the Amplified Damage rune is there from Lornoff, but they just didn't have the burst. They didn't have the damage they needed.
Yeah.
They were not scared of it.
You know, Richie, sometimes these players, they know they are not going to die. You know? They can't explain why they feel like they won't die, but they just somehow knew they're not dying,
Right,
you know, just
right.
running.
They look at all these Reddit
It's
clips
just like
and
that
they're
question
nah,
you asked me the other day about why are you walking in blindly to put the ward there? Then I'm just telling you, I just felt like I wouldn't die, you know, it's like something like that.
Bit. Well, a little bit of game sense here. We saw it from 23 earlier when he TP'd away from the incoming smoke camp. Seeing it now for Shiro, who is hopefully going to wow us more as his next item's about to be completed here. This Ag Scepter, he's been active even without it. And, well, those dispels, they're going to be pretty darn painful here for Aurora, won't they?
I mean, what does he want to dispel mostly? I feel like, I mean, just the Bloodlust, or what is it? What is he trying to dispel?
Well, you can dispel Blood Rage, Ion Shell, Surge.
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna
Pipe?
be rushing my Aglims, you know, if I see those
You can
heroes.
dispel
you know.
Pipe, though. I mean, yeah, I get that. I get that. Okay, well, the Roshan's going to go down here. LGD, they will be scouted out. Jabs, does he want to jump in? Level 1 vacuum, wall committed now. Does find New and Wide on the back lines as they're going to try and disengage here. But it might be too little, too late. Another toss back. This one also finds Jabs as he is going to be chased down by the Rolling Thunder. New picking up the kill onto Jabs. Credit to PYW. As Aurora just simply too late to contest that Roche. Not in time.
Yeah, this pointy-headed general has fallen twice to the same combo.
Yeah, and LGD make it look so easy, don't they? Such a casual
Communication.
combo.
Communication is key, you know, Richie, if you want to execute a combo like this.
That was world's longest TP going to the tier 1 tower, but he lives. He'll be just fine. This game is starting to look pretty painful now. It's a 7k net worth lead, Winter. We're about to hit 19 minutes with a 4-minute Aegis remaining for Shiro. Aurora's path back in this game, Winter, is there one still available? Where does it start?
High ground team fight. I'm not sure if they can still win like a team fight on tier 2 towers or in the jungle right now. I mean, their way is like they have to land a vacuum, 5-man vacuum into a rebound, I guess.
Right.
I mean, that's their
into
best
like
combo with the
massive
vacuum.
silence and Zeus ulti just hitting everyone. Yeah, I guess.
It's gonna take some time before they reach that stage. You're gonna need BKB on your Bloodseeker. Zeus is gonna need more damage items. Darkseer needs the pipe. And maybe a dagger at some point. I don't know. I rarely see people get dagger nowadays. Or maybe if you, even if you get it, it's so late.
Hold on, they're hunting. They see, they've got this ward in the lane, so they've seen PYW. 23. Ooh, doesn't have the cast range though to actually catch him. So, LGD on the other side of the map, they know that this is a pretty safe tier 2 tower to see, especially with this Aegis troll up and center, up in front and center. Not much to fear. In fact, they're going to take the enemy Tormentor first. Hey, Winter, I got a question for you.
Nothing you can do with your Aurora. You're just gonna have to just watch and try to farm wherever you can on the Bloodseeker.
Do you think a Fortify should also fortify your Tormentor in case you see enemies taking it? You just fortify it.
Why are you asking
it's
me
like
this
shallow
question?
grave.
You always say I'm a bad balance maker, you know, if I ever have to. And then
I want
you're
your
asking
take. I
me,
want your take.
and you're asking me, oh, should you give the Tormentor the Aura?
Well, should you? Should you be able to glyph Tormentor?
Radiant's top tower is under
Why
attack.
not? I mean, yeah, sure. Why not?
Just wondering.
I think you're baiting me into saying something, but yeah, sure. Why not? Give your
come on.
Tormentor. You see, you
Winter,
know, it's gonna just make it's gonna make it so easy to grief your teammate.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine your
Yeah,
teammate
I know.
is killing the Tormentor.
You could really torment your team a little bit there, can't you? That's a little evil. I'm sure no one would ever do it though. We're all good boys and girls here. 11 years
sure
of Dota,
nobody's
Winter,
gonna
we're
do
this
it.
far. Hold on, PYW, quick little smoke play with a toss back, a kill onto Ollie, who was just, you know, just farming aggressively, really.
He's just you know, taking the garbage farm, you know. Taking the most dangerous farm. Nobody wants it, so
Dire's top
there you go,
tower
Ollie,
is
you know.
under attack.
Have some farm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Do you ever sometimes question your teammates when you're playing support?
Dire's
They're
top
telling you to
tower
take
is
some
under
farm on the map. You're like, oh, he's giving me farm, you know. And then you realize it's
No.
a very bad place to farm.
No, I take what I can get, Winter. You know, I don't get much in the way of farm these days. Okay, couple of big items have come through now. 23's got a BKB. This Pipe of Insight on top of Guardian Greaves are finished. And Loranoff, well, it's not great, but he's got a Force Staff on top of his Yasha and Kaya. Or
Yeah,
like to call
more
it, Big Yaya.
mobility.
Dire's
Yaya.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's got a Yaya. That's exactly right,
Radiant's
Winter.
bottom tower is under attack.
I'm so confused, but okay. He has a Kaya and a Yaya.
Yeah, he's got a Yaya. That's what he has.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Did you make that up? He has a Yaya?
No, I don't think I made it up. People call it what? People have called it like Kaya before, right? Sanj and it's a thing, okay? Don't worry. Kaya and Sanj, it's Kaya.
I'm just trying to figure out how you come to the conclusion of...
Hold on. BYW. Uh-oh. Yule Scepter is an aggressive used one as they are just encircling Jab. There's no way out for him. On the other side of the map, you've got Q desperately trying to finish off this BKB. He will be able to actually finish farming it, but he's not going to have a Darkseer for 30 seconds. He likely won't have a bot lane of barracks either, as there is no glyph available here for Aurora. Aegis has been reclaimed. Look at all of these buffs. Who is going to take down this troll? Who's going to step to him? Especially without a Darkseer. 23's not eager to do so, as there's going to be the jump in and no interrupt now for Echoes. They don't quite get the kill on Aurora off the Force Staff. Not going to help him. PYW had his man locked down there as Echoes forced to stand still a bit thanks to the Rupture. But in goes New, looking to try and lock down even more as Q trying to push him back closer to the fountain. They'll at least land another silence on him. But this does not change the impact of this fight as Captain Jabs, he's in deep. He gets off the back wall onto 3. The self-heal's not nearly enough to keep him alive. He is going to drop. He didn't have a Zeus in that section of the fight. Q, he activates his BKB, but for what? There was a Fortune's End the entire time. Sorry, a false promises. This game's already over.
This game is over, and my goodness, LGD absolutely clapped back after the game 1 shellacking they took.
Just like that, you know, LGD, the director, you know, gave them specific orders. Okay, I got boys. I don't like how we lost the first game. This is the manuscript for the next game. This is what you're gonna do to your opponents.